My name's Joe Cambray, and it's a great pleasure to be here at this conference, Choice and Changes, Reflections on COVID-19 from the Perspective of Depth Psychology. What an important, timely conference this is. It holds all of our futures. To begin, I would like to thank Professor Shen and Professor Gao for the many years of friendship and collegial relations. I have been in regular communication with them and many of you for about 20 years now. I was deeply moved in August 2019 at the 21st IAAP Congress in Vienna, Austria, when the delegates voted overwhelmingly to recognize and embrace CSAP, the Chinese Society for Analytical Psychology, as a new member group of the IAAP. I had been for many years the regional coordinator for this area, and it was with gratitude, immense pride in, and pleasure for our Chinese and analyst colleagues that I was able to be present for that historic event. I am sure China and Chinese culture will make its own profound mark on the IAP, vastly expanding our international organization and profoundly increasing its diversity. Well done. A short 3 months later, the devastating news of the novel coronavirus broke into the news and grabbed the world's attention. We watched with great concern and anxiety, not only for ourselves, but for our many friends here in China, as the deadly virus spread and spread and spread, becoming a worldwide pandemic that we remain in the midst of. Though it does seem the care taken in China has helped greatly to mitigate its resurgence here. Life has not been the same since for any of us. And yet, we practitioners and theorists of depth psychology are challenged to grapple with the reality and meaning of the virus. I believe that it shows us a dark future if we do not heed its warnings. It is not inevitable, however. In my talk, I will say a little more about the psychoid nature of the virus. It is indeed also a trickster. And as we know from world mythologies, tricksters are not only nor simply negative. They are highly ambivalent figures, like the Monkey King. And COVID-19, in a way, is no different. For me, it reflects back the problems we as human citizens of the planet face: climate change, the spread of illnesses like the recurrent pandemic, intolerance of the other, such as the stain of systemic racism in the US. At root, all systemic, holistic, interlinked problems that require, even demand, a new point of view, a new paradigm. The mental health consequences of these problems can be devastating. I'll talk about that. As collective trauma percolates into individual lives, this requires responses that meet the archetypal dangers engendered by the current situation, articulating paradigms which can bring healing to persons and planet can be greatly assisted by the perspectives offered by depth psychology, with its holistic, systemic-oriented view of the psyche. Just this week, America has, we hope, turned a most important corner with our presidential election. The new president-elect, Joe Biden, has focused on and identified 3 key issues: control of the virus, rooting out systemic racism, and getting climate change under control. These mirror the transformations needed in renewing depth psychology and making it fully 21st century in focus and application. We are on the edge of a new era. My most fervent hope is that these changes will also be happening at a time during which relations between China and the US can again flourish, and that we will be able to continue our many mutual endeavors, including having many of you visit us here at Pacifica Graduate Institute. My only regret is not being there in person with all of you, but I hope to remedy that in the next year. Have a wonderful conference. I look forward to seeing you.